Well, there's a ton of pressure on both teams here, and you can look at a number of different individuals. But the first player that I am going to be looking at is going to be Sergei Bobrovksy for the Florida Panthers. Now, he's been outstanding throughout this Stanley Cup run. I mean, look at the first game. I think he single-handedly beat the Edmonton Oilers, making the timely save. And the defense in front of him, knowing that if he sees the puck, he is going to make sure that he takes care of business. But in game number 4, he got chased out of the net, making 11 saves on 16 shots. That's a .688 save percentage. But there is and has been a reason that he has been dubbed the Conn Smythe favorite, because you know he is a player that can get back in the net and do a job. But there is pressure here. I mean, they're playing at home. And guess what? It is the toughest game to win, to try and clinch a Stanley Cup. So there's a ton of pressure. You got family in the building. And you know that Sergei Bobrovksy, although he looked really calm, he's got to come back into that net, wear that pressure, and make sure he delivers, in particular at the beginning of the game, which I believe is absolutely critical for both teams. And on the other side, I'm going directly to Leon Draisaitl. You look at this group as a whole, and up and down the lineup, you're starting to see that depth scoring. And this is a dangerous place to be for the Edmonton Oilers on the Florida Panthers, knowing that they can get scoring in different ways. You look at the third line, that's going to stay intact. You see the help that Leon Draisaitl's gotten in Holloway and RNH. 3 goals last game, and he had 2 helpers. But I do believe it's his foot speed. I think he's got to keep his feet moving, whether he's on the rush or he's in zone. He doesn't want to get pushed to the outside. He said it himself. I've got to look at it right now as a picture in time. I've got to find a way to not only keep my feet moving, but also to contribute. And yes, he had those 2 helpers, but he is an absolute natural goal scorer. I mean, look at his playoff production of the past. I mean, he's up there among the all-time greats. But right now, Leon Draisaitl has a 0 in that department when it looks at the Stanley Cup final. I think that he's wearing that pressure. You can feel that heaviness to his game, but that can all be answered in game number 5 if he can get on the board and do Leon Draisaitl tape things. But I think he's got to drive the dot. I think he's got to find a way to accelerate and always find a way to keep his feet moving when he gets that puck. If he's able to have that kind of game, I think we'll be having a much different conversation, because this game could go back to Edmonton.